Lesson 5, Unit 4. System Development and Testing. System Development. This phase involves the process for building, coding, and configuring the system. Developers create the application by using the design document as their guide. During this phase, the project manager must have an understanding of the type of work that is being done so that he can oversee the project in a monitoring role, especially during the update meetings with the developers and the identification of issues. This phase also puts in place the hardware, software, and communications environment and other important elements of the overall system. During this phase, other elements of the system are developed, including the test procedures and instructions that user will use in the test phase, the setup of a lab or a testing environment with the required software and hardware, and document any changes on the initial requirements, the start of the development of the user manuals and system installation instructions. It is good practice to break this phase into smaller steps. Each step should deliver a functional component of the system that can be tested and approved by the users of the system. This allows for small iterations in the development, which facilitates the discovery of errors, oversights, and identification of improvements, and even new functionality that must be included in the system. Once a system is developed, the consultant can develop the system documentation. This document includes the testing procedures, process to install the system, instructions to use and troubleshoot the system. The first version of the system documentation is a drafted version that will be revised and improved after the testing phase is completed. System testing. This phase ensures that all requirements are met. The work conducted at this stage includes verifying that the functions are performed accurately, that the system works with all the components, and that the new system meets quality or standard requirements. Once it is completed, the project can move on to the final phase of the SDLCs. The test phase involves the test of all the system functionality per the approved functional requirements. In this phase, the system users test the system to ensure that it complies with the agreed expectations, performs according to design, and produces the information requested by the project. Users sign off constitutes the acceptance of the system by the users. In this phase, there is an active participation of the project team, especially those that will use the system. The testing may discover software or hardware errors that need to be documented, and the developer will address. This is a process that might take a couple of iterations. The errors are identified and solved until there are no more errors to report. Once the system is fully tested and all issues have been solved, the project manager will formally accept the delivery of the system. This is an important step as it shifts the responsibility of the system from the developer to the project manager.